Balance is a multifaceted collaborative effort from your visual, proprioceptive, and vestibular systems, and how this sensory information is relayed to your brain to coordinate movements. Individuals must be able to see and be aware of their surroundings and make postural adjustments accordingly to maintain stability during certain motor tasks. Certain disabilities, as well as the aging process, may affect how all these systems perform and interact. But balance is only one piece of the puzzle when it comes to having a functional carryover towards reducing the risk of falls, a topic that is extremely important for the safety of our athletes. Lower body strength, specifically single leg strength, appears to play a role in reducing the likelihood of falls. If balance appears to be a limiting factor when performing single leg exercises, we can have an athlete use their hands to provide additional support. We'll highlight a handful of exercises that we use when this is the case. Additionally, falls happen fast, and an individual needs to be able to quickly recruit muscle fibers to provide stability. As an athlete ages, their type 2 muscle fibers, the ones responsible for quickly producing force, decrease. And if an individual isn't frequently exposed to strength training, then they won't have as many of these muscle fibers to call upon when needed. For our athletes with mobility impairments, our goal is to improve their mobility, core strength, and upper body strength so they have the physical tools to adjust their posture in the event that they lose their balance. We know that strength training alone doesn't just increase muscle strength, but also improves bone density. So if an individual does fall during a transfer or when navigating uneven terrain, a stronger individual is more likely to have healthier bones that can withstand the impact. Training the visual and vestibular systems may not be in the scope of practice for fitness and strength and conditioning professionals. However, improving an athlete's kinesthetic awareness by exposing them to a variety of movements as well as increasing their muscle strength and power can contribute to the physical skills that we define as balance. While this video module has a handful of exercises related to balance and stability, understand that strength training as a whole and the exercises demonstrated in all of the other video modules contribute to the development of the physical tools required for better balance and safety. So if we have an athlete who struggles with single leg exercises because of a balance factor, we can have them support their hands with something like the middle of the rack or holding onto a barbell. Nick's going to get into a staggered stance and then slowly lower his back knee to the ground until it gently touches and then stand straight back up. As he gets more comfortable with the movement, he's going to reduce how much of his hands he's using over time. Nick's going to perform a step up, so we're going to place one foot up on the box, and then he's focusing on pulling with this quad muscle more so than pushing off the ground, and he's going to straighten his knee, and then he's going to control his way down. Good. And let's try your left. Pull with your quad, and step down. To progress the difficulty, we could either elevate a box so he's going higher, or we could load it with dumbbells, so why don't you grab the dumbbells. So Nick could perform a dumbbell step up where he has a weight in each hand. So Nick can perform a goblet step up where he may get a little more core engagement from having the weight in the front rack position. If an athlete struggles with step-ups for balance reasons, we can have them hold on to the J-cups of the rack. And Nick can perform reps. And gradually over time, he's just going to use less guidance from his hands and try to focus more on his lower body. Stand back up. Once an athlete has mastered the dynamic nature of walking forward and taking a big enough stride, we can have him load it with dumbbells by his side. Split squats. Nick can use the TRX to help him with balance, and he's going to perform a reverse lunge. So he's taking a step back, lowering his knee to the ground, and then stepping forward. And he can gradually use less assistance from the TRX as he becomes more comfortable with the movement. So for a TRX assisted jump, Nick's going to hold on to the straps. This will kind of prevent him from being worried about the balance piece of jumping and landing. So he's going to take a quick dip of his knees, jump as high as he can, dip and jump. Perfect. And you can walk to that first white line and back. He's going to squeeze him tight as he walks. Hold one. With his empty fist, he's going to squeeze it. So he's going to make some tension here, which will irradiate his midsection. and then you can walk in a straight line holding that. We call this a suitcase carry. Nick's going to perform a farmer's carry on his toes. So he's walking, trying not to let his heels touch the ground. We use a med ball Zercher carry for some of our athletes that have trouble gripping something. So Nick's just going to hold it basically resting in his forearms and walk with it.